So South Carolina state representative, he is definitely, being called out for his white supremacy. He had made a evil post on Facebook, last week expressing his disapproval of the state's new hate crime bill. Now, his name is Rep.Victor Dabney, 63 years old. He's a Republican lawmaker from Kershaw County. He said he made his comments on social media before the hate crime bill passed on April the 7th in the House of Representatives by a vote of 79 to 29 with bipartisan support. So they say the bill increased, fines and jail time for crimes committed on someone based on a victim's race, religion, sex, gender, age, national origin, sexual orientation, or disability. For violent crimes, including murder, armed robbery, or criminal sexual assault, as he allows penalties of up to 5 years added to the sentence and up to $10,000 in fines to be added as well. As now, South Carolina is one of just 3 states without a hate crime penalties. But let's read real quick exactly what this fool has said. So he says, "Hello, patriots. As you read this post, please remember that I was elected by you to stand up for you and not to bow down to the left. So today in the State House, we will be voting for the so-called hate crimes bill. And yes, I'll be voting no. I am 63 years old and have spent my entire life watching our society give in to the liberals. And it's never enough." He says, "Our entire way of life has been vilified by the left. It's our whiteness and our straightness that keeps getting in the way. No matter how much we give in to them, we just can't seem to get it right. In our colorblind society, we are constantly reminded that we are the problem because of our skin color." He said, "We are the reason that blacks can't seem to succeed in our society." He says, "We are the reason that black crime rates are 10 times that of others." I'm gonna stop there. You are the reason. You are. You, not you personally, but white supremacy, and you're a lawmaker, so yes, you're part of it. So yes, you right. You are the reason. Oh yes, I'm going to continue this. He said, "We are the reason the black family unit has been destroyed and most young black children don't have a father figure in the household or the home." Yes, it's you. You and your white supremacist ilk put crack cocaine in the black community. You and your ilk made sure to, when black people were suffering at the loss of jobs, black men couldn't be in the household. Okay? You and your ilk, no matter what side of the aisle, came up with that crime bill to mass incarcerate black people. Oh yes, you're responsible. No one else responsible. It's you. It's your guilt talking. It says that it's all because of the light color of our skin. No, it's because of your white supremacy, not your skin tone. I mean, I know you think so primitive that you think a skin color really matters. He says, "At least that's what I'm told on a regular basis." He says, "So today I'll be taking a stand and saying that enough is enough because for 63 years I have been giving in and it seems as though it's never enough." You're right. It's never enough until white supremacy is completely destroyed. You're right. It's never going to be enough if that system continues. You're right. It's never enough. He said, "They always pick a new fight after every victory because they are never satisfied." You're right. We will never be satisfied until white supremacy ends and is replaced with a system of justice and freedom and equality. You're 100% right. We will never be satisfied. He said, "This will never end until we stop giving in." You've been stopped giving in. What you talking about? You ain't been giving in to crap. Let's call it what it is. You have been forced to do something. He said, "This will never end." He said, okay, I read that part. Now, this guy here, of course, his fellow politicians, because he was being openly white supremacist, they wanted him to step down, saying this is not who they are, all that yada, 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 all that sort of thing, okay? But the thing is this. Now, they said the resolution, they put a resolution to censor him. House Democrats alleged he broke a House rule that prohibits persons attacking each other. He said his comments were so egregious as to amount to personal attacks upon members of the House of Representatives. They said that it's unbecoming of a member of the House of Representatives and that he has brought dishonor to himself, the state of South Carolina, and to his citizens. He said that I'll stand up and take my beating, and that'd be the end of it. In other words, he said, I don't care. It is what it is. I said what I said. Now, of course, he deleted the post and all of that, but it's never going to be enough. I'm glad he brought that up. It's never going to be enough. You never can do enough until you end white supremacy, close the wealth gap, pay reparations, end state-sanctioned genocide, which are human rights violations against black Americans. You're right, it's never going to be enough. See, you want to give a crumb instead of when you need to be given the buffet. Let's call it what it is. But see, you know that the moment that you have a system of justice, a system of equality, true equality, and a system of freedom, you know you will lose because you never had to compete on an equal playing field. You don't know how to compete because every time you be put in a position where you have to compete, you always lose because you never learned how to compete against nobody without murdering somebody, stealing, or having an unfair advantage. So yeah, that's what happened in South Carolina. They need a hate crime, laws. They should. They definitely. And like I said, America's changing. I told people by 2030 you would not know this country anymore. I'm telling you. Just mark my words. Put that in your brain somewhere that Phil told you by 2030, America, you won't know it anymore. People like him going to lose their freaking mind by 2030. They're not going to know it. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with this, Republican here. Just being open white supremacist. Like I said, I like people like him. He's my favorite. I can have a conversation with him because at least he's open with it. The ones that I don't like is the ones on the left, Democrats, that use controlled opposition language to make you think they're on your side, but the whole time they feel just like him too now. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.